people and Native people in general think differently. They learn visually, auditorily, and we all learn from a different pace, but there's been studies proven among the Navajo reservation where they've abandoned the school system of the U.S. government or BIA and have made a curriculum for themselves so that they can learn the way they learn. And most Navajo people, children, learn the language first at home. And then the second language is English to this very day. And I hope with the immersion program and with your help, it'll do the same thing to bring us back into that mindset of that we are Lakota. We can't change that. This is our land. This is where we're from. This is our blood. It's in the land. And just reinforcing what Dakota said in regards to we are not subject to a structure that the American government has given us and says, this is how you're going to do it from now on. Well, we have tried doing it. We keep trying to do it. But, there's a definition that says, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And that's kind of what's been going on here. So we'd like to bring back our culture and language and teach it the way we can grasp that at best and take it from there. And I think it will lead into other things and correlate with the government and our sovereignty and our way of life.
I think that one of the ways that can be done is probably be total re-ratification of our tribal codes, and then we're literally we're gonna have to unite. We're literally gonna have to unite, and the crazy part is like we put these boundaries up. We put these boundaries up for ourselves. We're now to the point where we as a people, we can take these boundaries down. And that's one thing that I'm really happy about as being a 21st century Indian who is English speaking but also Lakota speaking, is the things that we can do is remarkably, we can do anything. We can do anything. We can be living on our own. We can be truly dependent and sovereign nation. But we need to do it together.
And we're not the only ones that have done it already. The Maori of New Zealand have done it. And if you go to Aotearoa in New Zealand, you'll see the first sign is in Maori. The second language, the official language is Maori. The second language is English. It'll say Aotearoa, and then underneath it'll say New Zealand. And that's one thing I'd love to see in my lifetime is when you enter the reservation, the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, you'll see it written in Lakota first as the official language, and then English. And so instead of just seeing stop sign, you'll see it in Lakota. And all these different things that show that we're standing up. I like what Winia said about the boundaries. And right now the boundaries are here.
Exactly.
They're up in our head, and we block them, and we try to find an easier way. We are masters of adaptation. We master the horse. We master the plains. Now we're trying to master ourselves, utilizing today's technology through the internet, texting, whatever it may be, iPads, iPhones, and for our children to adapt and bring us into the next century of bringing ourselves together with a new technology. But it's the boundaries in our head that are going to pretty much stop us in saying that, oh, I can't do that, or I can't, or I won't, or I'll try, that really stop it. So hearing the speaker yesterday with those words can't or try really made a lot of sense as to the kind of bounds or boundaries we've set in our mind, and that we need to take those down and let ourselves come out.
No, yesterday with the 4 R's, like I quoted that last night, and like all the linguist people that I work with and anyone who's a part of language, whether it's Cherokee, Seminole, they all hit me back and they were like, that's our vision statement. I'm like, that is so no. So the 4 R's, like, I definitely, because that's one thing that I personally, like, how do we spark the desire to have everyone speaking Lakota, in Lakota country, on our land, in our own community? And that's one of the obstacles that I personally want to knock down myself. Like, I truly want to knock that down. So that way, in the next 5 years, I'm going to be seeing more language within my own community. And my community is small. My community is very, very small. We're the smallest district on Standing Rock. And growing up, but it wasn't until the last 15 to 20 years that they started speaking English. Like anytime I went to a district meeting or to a powwow or a masquerade or like any community event, everything was done in Lakota. So meaning within this span, my own lifespan, did the language start to die. And it just blows my mind. I'm like, wow. So definitely yesterday has helped me, and what I learned there, I did take it to Facebook and I did send it to my linguist, and I was just like, we need to run with this. We need to run with this.